Hey everyone, today we have a very special video. We'll be going through the Walmart hiring process. I'll provide you with some resources and sample questions also to help you land that job at Walmart. Now, this video covers several different areas of the interview process, depending on what you've applied for, from regular store associate to some of the higher level jobs as well. But the interview process is the same. All right, so there's a few things we will be covering in this video, and it is important you do watch this because I go step by step on how to land that job and get hired at Walmart, as well as I provide you with some user experiences from people who've gone through the interview process and the different levels of the interview to really understand what you need, what you will be asked, and how the experience is, and what to expect during your interview. So let's move on to the first part, which is what I'll be covering in this video. So the first thing is the application completion process, the review of the candidates, so how Walmart reviews the candidates, the assessment test if required. Now, the reason I say if required is that not all job positions at Walmart will require an assessment test, but if you are required to take one, here's what to expect. All right. Number 4, interview invitation, how you receive that interview. Number 5, the interview virtual or face-to-face. Number 6, the orientation scheduled, so how Walmart will schedule that orientation. Number 7, the sample questions which you will be asked during the interview, no matter what job position you have applied for. These are the sample questions. I will also provide you with some answers, as well as I will direct you to where you can download the entire guide of sample questions and answers. All right, so great. So let's move on to number 1, the application completion. For hourly roles, you do not need a resume or CV in order to apply, but you will need to share your job history and highlights on the application itself. If you would like to upload your resume, there will be a section where you can add it to your application. The Walmart application usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes, with an extra 20 to 30 minutes if an assessment is required. Some roles don't need an assessment, while others may need multiple. Future applications are quicker since the system saves your information. So if you've applied and you've set up an account on Walmart, the next time you log in to apply for a job, you don't need to upload all this new information or your information, because the information will be saved in their system. So how soon will you hear back depends on the roles and location you've applied for, and Walmart will notify you if you aren't selected for an interview. Let's look at user experience number 1. I'm applying to Walmart, and when it asked about past job experience, I wasn't sure what to select since I've only worked in restaurants and fast food. I couldn't find a category that matched at first, but I learned that you can list that experience under customer service or food service because the skills still transfer really well. My last job involved handling cash, working a POS system, serving over 100 customers a day, stayed organized, and working as part of a fast-paced team. All things that Walmart looks for. Once I focused on what I actually did instead of the industry, it became clear that I had a lot of experience that's relevant to retail. That helped me feel confident about applying. Here's user experience number 2. One of the things that will ask me during the application process is to fill out 2 references and add employment history summary. So that's like employment history details like hours, availability, etc., personal information, plus optional resume upload for some roles, work preferences, job type, shift availability, location preferences. So these are the kind of stuff you have to know before you apply, because this will be asked during the application process. So it is important that you do have a clear idea of your hours of availability and just stuff like that, like the shift availability, location preferences, and like the job type you want to apply for, because that's all going to be on the application process, all right, the application screen as you are applying for the job. So number 2, review of candidates. During this step, a personnel associate will sort through applications and reach out directly to those that match the shift and position they are attempting to fill to determine who the best fit will be. Here are a few things they will pay close attention to: whether your availability and shift preferences match what they need, whether the position and location preferences you selected align with job roles you selected align with open roles, basic qualifications, and whether you fit what they're trying to hire at that moment. Your application stays in their system for 60 days and it gets reviewed for positions that align with your interests and location. Right. So the good news is that your application will be there for 60 days. So they will continuously keep reviewing your application to see if it fits with other positions, I should say. So the good news is your application does stay within their system for up to 60 days. So they will continuously review your application to see if it doesn't match other positions they have open at Walmart. So you don't have to keep applying. They will keep going through automatically for about 60 days without you having to do another application, just so they can then streamline the hiring process. And instead of having people apply to these jobs, they already have applicants in their system for specific jobs. So they can always go through and give you a call or reach out to you if you actually fit the requirements for any of the other jobs that they have open at that time. So number 3, the assessment test if required. Some roles, example financial services, also have content-specific questions. Example, policies, procedures as seen in financial assessments. From multiple reports, the Walmart assessment typically combines situational, scenario-based questions. What would you do in this work situation type? Personal ethics style questions, consistency checks, making sure your answers align, role-specific traits, for leadership roles, how you'd manage, make decisions. So these are the type of questions. So again, situation type are really going to be more behavioral type, like what would you do? What would you do? Or describe a situation when you had to make quick decision when you never had all the facts, or something like that along those lines of types of questions. Role specific traits, for example, the assessment will look at what type of characteristics, how you'd manage, make decisions in certain circumstances. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind if you are applying for some of the roles like financial services, some of the higher up roles, I would say, where more personality and assessments are required. Okay, where judgment is required a lot more, put it that way. Here's a user experience about the assessment test. The Walmart Associate Assessment isn't just a test. It's a personality and situational judgment evaluation that measures consistency, teamwork, reliability, and customer service mindset. I've worked for Walmart for over 5 years in multiple roles, including management, yet I still struggled to pass it. What I learned is that this test isn't about answering honestly. It's about answering how Walmart wants you to think on the job. Always choose responses that reflect being dependable, calm under pressure, helpful toward others, and customer focused. Be consistent across every question. If you portray yourself as cooperative early on, keep that same tone throughout. Avoid extreme answers, and remember, they're looking for people who fit Walmart's culture of teamwork and adaptability. Once I approached it that way, it all clicked. It's less about who you are and more about how you align with their values. That is actually a very good testimonial. So you have to remember, before you take any assessment, think about the role and what they expect out of you in that role. A great way to check that is look over the job description underneath requirements, and it will tell you exactly what you are required to do on the job. So what I recommend is look over that, look over the requirements, jot down a few important things, and when you take that assessment, always think about the requirements and then frame your answers in a way that are aligned with the requirements. So you are that type of person they are looking for, okay? User experience number 2. The Walmart assessment isn't really about job experience. It's a personality and consistency test that checks how you think as an employee. It looks for people who are dependable, consistent, and positive about teamwork. The trick is to avoid middle answers like neutral. Instead, go for strong agree or strongly disagree, and keep your choices consistent across similar questions. Always answer as if you're the perfect employee, on time, reliable, respectful, and helpful to both customers and coworkers. If the question sounds like a test of honesty, choose the corporate safe answer. Never agree with excuses, stealing, or conflict. My advice, don't overthink it or answer how you really feel. Answer how Walmart wants you to respond. Once you see it as a behavioral pattern test, it becomes much easier to pass. Okay, so again, think about the role and what Walmart expects out of you in that role, and answer the questions by keeping that in mind. And user experience number 3. When my brother failed the Walmart assessment, we thought it was about job knowledge, but it's not. It's a personality filter designed to measure how consistent, dependable, and team-oriented you seem. Most people fail because they answer too honestly or pick too many neutral responses. Walmart's system prefers confident, black and white answers. Strongly agree or strongly disagree. You have to think like corporate. You're reliable, calm under pressure, always helpful, and never justify bad behavior. If you stay consistent across the repeated questions, you'll do fine. Think of it less like a test of honesty and more like a test of predictability and positivity. Once we understood that, he passed easily the next time. It's all about playing by their rules. Again, this just reiterates to really pay attention to what they require out of you, okay? So the interview invitation, number 4. Applicants are typically contacted by email or text message, not by random phone calls. Messages usually include a link to schedule a virtual meet and greet, a short pre-screen or interview. The waiting period varies, but several applicants reported receiving contact within a few days to a week of applying. My advice is to ensure your email and phone number are correct in your online profile and monitor your spam folder since communication is mainly digital. Okay? So that is very important. Make sure when you're filling out your profile that your email and your phone number are correct and up to date, and always check your spam folder and your junk folder. I've actually had people reach out to me stating that a lot of their invitational emails and contact information ended up in the junk mail. Now you remember you have a time limit. So if it ends up in the junk mail or spam folder, you may not respond in time because you didn't find it in time, and at that point you may lose the opportunity to interview with Walmart, okay? So keep that in mind. Number 5, interview virtual or face-to-face. Most Walmart interviews are quick and casual, focusing more on personality and availability than deep technical questions. Many applicants report being asked simple things like their schedule, work preferences, and whether they can handle certain job duties. Some interviews happen over the phone and last around 10 to 15 minutes, while others are in person and include a short walk around the store or department. It's common for candidates to receive a job offer right after the interview or within a few days once background checks are complete. Overall, the process is usually friendly and straightforward. Interviewers often look for people who are reliable, open to flexible hours, and have a good attitude toward teamwork and customer service. Even if the interview feels informal, staying polite, showing enthusiasm, and asking a question or two about the role can leave a strong impression and improve your chances of getting hired. User experience number 1. I went in pretty nervous since it was my first real job interview, but it turned out to be way more relaxed than I expected. The manager was friendly and mainly asked about my availability, whether I preferred part-time or full-time hours, and if I was comfortable doing different tasks. We walked around the store a bit while he explained how the department worked. It honestly felt more like a casual chat than a formal interview. I focused on being polite, showing enthusiasm, and letting them know I was ready to learn. The whole thing lasted about 15 minutes, and a few days later I got a call saying that I was hired after the background check cleared. From what I've seen, Walmart interviews are pretty chill as long as you stay confident, positive, and flexible with your schedule. All right, so that's important. I guess what they're looking for a lot is also the schedule. You have to fit the schedule. They're always looking for people that fit a specific need in the store. So always be flexible with your schedule and walk in that interview with that mind frame about schedule, flexibility, being available for them, being available for the team, and really willing to step up when Walmart needs you most. I had my Walmart overnight interview last week, and honestly, it was super simple. They didn't throw any tricky or corporate style questions at me. It was mostly things like, tell me about yourself, why did you apply to Walmart, and what's your availability. One manager asked me to share a time when I helped someone, which seemed to be their go-to question for most people. The whole thing lasted less than 10 minutes, and the interview just explained what the role involved and what the shifts would look like. Some people even said they got hired right over the phone or during orientation without a formal interview. So if you're preparing, don't stress it. Just be polite, confident, and ready to work flexible hours. Walmart interviews are usually quick, laid back, and focused on whether you're dependable and willing to learn. And let's look at a user experience number 3. I just had my Walmart virtual meet and greet for our stocking and unloading position, and it was honestly super quick and easy. Since I already had passed the assessment, the call was mostly a few simple questions like my availability, whether I'd worked in groups before, and a time when I helped someone. It only took about 10 minutes, and the interview was really friendly and laid back. After that, they explained their job duties, asked if I can work certain shifts, and went over the pay rate. I got the background check email right after, and once that cleared, I received my job offer the next day. From what others have said, once you get to meet and greet stage, you're pretty much in. It's more about confirming you're a good fit and ready to start. Just stay calm, answer honestly, and you'll be fine. Let's look at number 6, the orientation schedule. Walmart's orientation is the final step before officially starting your job. It's designed to welcome new hires, complete the required paperwork, and introduce company policies, safety guidelines, and core values. During this session, you'll typically fill out employment forms such as tax documents, direct deposit information, and identification verification. You'll also receive your Walmart identification number, WIN, W-I-N, name badge, vest, and access credentials for internal systems like the Me at Walmart app. Orientation also includes watching training videos, completing online learning modules, and going through short lessons that explain Walmart's expectation for customer service, teamwork, attendance, and safety. Many stores include a brief tour of the facility where new associates are shown key areas such as break rooms, exits, spill stations, and the departments they'll be working in. The orientation varies by store and role. Some orientations last around 3 to 4 hours, while others can take a full 8-hour day or be spread over 2 sessions. Most new hires are scheduled for orientation within a few days to a week after their background check clears. Once completed, you're officially added to the schedule and begin on-the-job training or shadowing in the department. User experience number 1. Orientation was actually way easier than I expected. It's your first paid day, and they basically walk you through everything, setting up direct deposit, signing forms, and downloading Walmart's apps. We watched training videos for a few hours and did these computer lessons called U-Learns that teach you safety and customer service basics. They also gave us a quick tour of the store, showed where everything is, and handed out our vests and badges. I was nervous at first, but everyone was friendly and patient. Mine lasted about 5 hours, and by the end, I already had my schedule for the week. Honestly, it's nothing to stress over. Just bring your ID and social security card, show up on time, and you're good. Let's look at another user experience. Now, just remember, I put these user experiences in so you really understand from the standpoint of people who've gone through the process and really understand what they have to say about their experience, okay? So user experience number 2. My Walmart orientation was pretty straightforward and actually kind of chill. There were about 6 of us in the group, and the people lead started by explaining company policies, attendance rules, and how scheduling works. We went over the open door policy and benefits, then filled out a few digital forms on the computer. After that, we spent a couple of hours doing the online training modules, things like workplace safety, diversity, and how to handle customers. They gave us a short break and then did a tour of the store, showing us exits, the break room, and our departments. The whole thing took around 4 hours. I got my badge, vest, and login information before leaving. It felt really organized and welcoming, not intimidating at all. By the next day, my schedule was already showing in the app, and I was ready to start my first real shift. And finally, let's look at one more. I just finished my Walmart orientation. It was basically an all-day computer session mixed with some light onboarding. Most of it was spent doing training modules on workplace safety, customer service, and company policy. I'd say around 6 hours in total. They also went over how to set up direct deposit, check your schedule, and use the Me at Walmart app. After that, your coach did a short walkthrough of the store and asked if anybody wanted to start a shift that same day, which I did. My biggest tip is to dress comfortably but appropriately since you'll be sitting for a while, and bring your banking info for payroll setup. Everyone was friendly and it wasn't stressful at all. Just a long day of getting officially set up and ready to work. Great. Number 7. Sample questions prep. Now, I wanted to give you a quick overview of all the questions you can possibly be asked during your Walmart interview. Now, from what I've gathered in forums and communities, you'll either be asked 5 questions, 3 questions, 10 questions, or just a mix of different types of questions, okay? So here are some of the questions right here. All right, so number 1, can you tell me about yourself? Number 5, describe a time you went above and beyond for a customer or team. So I'm just going through a few, not from the top all the way down, but just a few just randomly. What are your strengths and weaknesses, which is number 10. How do you handle long lines or a sudden rush of customers, which is number 13. 17, how would you upsell or cross-sell relevant products? Number 18, why should we hire you? So these are just some questions, okay? Some of them can also be number 21, are you comfortable working in different departments if needed? Number 28, what does integrity mean to you at work? And let's look at the final one. Do you have any questions for us? Now, the reason I gave you 31 questions is because, as I mentioned, from my understanding from reading through communities and officially through the website of Walmart, you can be asked any of these questions. You can be asked 5 of these questions, 10 of these questions, 3 of these questions. So it's always good to prepare for these questions, okay? Now what I'll do is in the next few slides, I'm going to answer about 4 of them and provide you exactly the type of format, okay? So I'll show you exactly what they're looking for and what a good answer looks like, okay? So let's jump right in again. Question number 1. Can you tell me about yourself? When answering this question, focus on keeping your response professional and relevant to Walmart. The interviewer wants to understand your background, key skills, and how those connect to the role you're applying for. A strong structure is a brief introduction about your background, your relevant skills or experience, and why you're excited about working for Walmart. Avoid sharing too many personal details or unrelated history, and end with enthusiasm for contributing to the team. I would describe myself as someone who is dependable, hardworking, and passionate about providing great customer service. I've developed strong communication skills, learned how to manage my time effectively, and enjoy working with people from all kinds of backgrounds. I take pride in staying calm and focused when things get busy, keeping tasks organized, and helping create a smooth and positive experience for others. I enjoy solving problems, staying productive, and being part of a team that supports one another to reach common goals. What excites me most about Walmart is the opportunity to grow with a company that values teamwork, respect, and excellent service. I'm eager to bring my positive attitude, reliability, and willingness to learn so I can contribute to a welcoming environment and help customers have the best experience possible. Question number 2. How do you handle stress or pressure in a fast-paced environment? When answering this question, focus on showing that you stay calm, organized, and solution-oriented under pressure. Walmart interviewers want to know that you can manage busy situations without losing focus or letting stress affect your performance. A strong answer highlights time management, teamwork, and a positive attitude. You can also share specific strategies you use, such as staying organized, prioritizing tasks, or taking a quick mental pause to refocus, to show you work well under pressure and keep the customer experience a top priority. I handle stress or pressure by staying calm, focused, and organized no matter how busy things get. I've learned that the best way to manage a fast-paced environment is to take one task at a time, prioritize what's most urgent, and keep a positive attitude. When things get hectic, I focus on what I can control and remind myself that staying calm helps both customers and teammates. I also communicate with others to make sure we're all working together efficiently and supporting one another when needed. If I start to feel overwhelmed, I take a brief moment to breathe, reset, and then get right back to work with a clear head. I actually enjoy fast-paced environments because they push me to perform at my best, stay productive, and think quickly on my feet. I've found that maintaining a positive mindset and focusing on teamwork turns pressure into motivation. At Walmart, I would bring that same balanced and steady approach while keeping customers happy and tasks running smoothly every day. Question number 3. Why should we hire you? When answering why should we hire you, your goal is to confidently connect your strengths and personality to what Walmart looks for in a team member. Focus on qualities like reliability, teamwork, communication, and customer service. Avoid repeating your entire resume. Instead, emphasize how you'll contribute to Walmart's mission of excellent service and efficiency. End your answer with enthusiasm and a forward-looking statement about what you'll bring to the role. You should hire me because I'm dependable, hardworking, and genuinely enjoy helping people. I take pride in providing excellent customer service and making sure every shopper leaves with a positive experience. I work well in a team environment, stay calm under pressure, and adapt quickly to changing situations, which I know is important in a busy retail setting like Walmart. I'm also someone who pays attention to details and takes the initiative to get things done without needing constant supervision. I'm always looking for ways to support my coworkers, improve efficiency, and create a welcoming atmosphere for customers. What excites me most about this opportunity is being part of a company that values growth, teamwork, and community. I'm confident that my positive attitude, strong work ethic, and commitment to doing my best every day would make me a great addition to the Walmart team. And finally, here's the last Walmart sample question. Question number 4. Tell me about a time you received constructive feedback and how you applied it. When answering this question, focus on showing that you accept feedback positively and use it as a learning opportunity. Walmart interviewers want to see that you're open to improvement and can turn constructive criticism into action. The best answers include a brief example of the feedback, how you responded, and the outcome that followed. Avoid sounding defensive or negative. Instead, highlight your maturity, willingness to grow, and ability to make lasting improvements that benefit both you and your team. There was a time when I received feedback about improving how I managed my time during busy periods. My supervisor pointed out that while my work quality was strong, I sometimes spent too long on individual tasks, which slowed me down when things got hectic. I appreciated the feedback because it helped me see an area I could strengthen. I started organizing my tasks by priority, setting small time goals for each, and checking my progress throughout the shift. I also began communicating more with team members to coordinate our workflow and keep everything running smoothly. Within a short time, I became faster and more efficient while still keeping my work accurate and organized. That experience taught me how valuable feedback can be when you approach it with the right mindset. It reminded me that growth comes from being willing to listen, adjust, and improve. I've carried that lesson with me ever since, staying open to suggestions, focusing on growth, and using feedback to become more effective every day. Great. So these are just 4 out of the 31 most common Walmart sample questions and answers that I have provided for you. So I just covered 4 of them right now. And when I did, I showed you exactly how to answer that question and what hiring manager is looking for. And then I provide you with a sample answer that you can use as is, or even go back and customize fitting in your own qualification and experiences. And these answers really would make you stand out compared to any other candidate interviewing for the Walmart position. Now, if you want the rest of the 31 sample questions and answers, you can click on the link below this video, and when you do click on it, you will land on a page, and as you scroll down, you can make a minimum donation and support my channel. And when you make that donation, you will be taken to a page where you can download these questions. Now, by supporting my channel, it's a way that you can show your appreciation for this video that I put together. It did take some time to go out and research all this information, but it also allows me to go out and create more videos like this that really provide the type of information that people are looking for when they go out and apply to a company and get an interview with the company and really try to land a job that they're passionate about. Okay, so I would really appreciate you making that minimum donation of $3 and downloading the rest of the questions by clicking on the link below this video, okay? And I hope that you did enjoy this video. And if you have an upcoming Walmart interview, good luck. Keep your head up, go in with confidence, and I'm sure that you will do great. And if there's any comments or any feedback you would like to leave, don't forget to leave that below this video. Your feedback does help me a lot in going out and creating more better videos that help people like you. All right, have a good one.